Time indeed. Guys, let's do this. We have to the top left-hand side of the map the red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It is going to be Snute. And, well, the ZvZ aggression has been real so far. We have to the top right the blue Zerg player from OSC route with the 12 pool, Cham. Again, best of 5s throughout the entirety of the tournament now, more or less. Apart from maybe 1 or 2 matches still in the winners bracket, but I think they're more or less being finished up anyways. So let's see how this will turn out. As Snute early on this is going to be opening with a pool first on habitation, so that's already going to put him into a nice little position here against the 12 pool of Cham. We're going to have a quick pause, so hopefully nothing too major, but hopefully just a moment or two. And we can get this rolling once again. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, of course, by the way. Appreciate the viewers. Appreciate all you guys checking us out tonight. It's been some fun games so far. And hopefully some more yet to come, as Snute will now put down the hatchery as well. So we did actually see the... we do actually see kind of Snute here with the aggressive kind of, well, the defensive opening. But we did see Nurture with this similar sort of opening against Solo's 12 pool. He did end up losing out nonetheless. So let's see what Cham can get done. There's 8 Zerglings starting to come on across to the left-hand side of the map. So these 8lings are going to pop out and start moving over to the left-hand side. So they're going to move on over to the left, and you're going to be seeing these Zerglings trying to get some damage done early. Hatchery on the way up from both, as we mentioned. I mean, Cham just going into that hatch straight away. It's kind of standard. It's part of the 12 pool build order to get your hatchery at this sort of time. So nothing weird there. As these Zerglings of Cham continue to go over to the left, and they're going to be popping on up here in a couple of moments to see what will happen. So they pop up here, and the hatchery will start to take a little bit of damage. So Cham's starting to work his way against this. And you're going to be seeing 2 more Zerglings, 4 more Zerglings coming across to the left-hand side right now. Drones will pull down to the low ground, as we'll see those Zerglings will turn and fight. A few drones going to get pulled in to try and help fight against this as well. As obviously Snute wants to try and keep this hatchery alive. A lot of drones off the line right now, and Cham, well, he can keep in mind that he has got the fact that he'll hold kind of a big eco advantage for a little while, as these workers are not mining for Snute. So for a little while, Cham will take a huge eco lead, and that is definitely beneficial to him, but he still comes out a couple workers behind. Another queen on the way up as his natural expansion of his own finishes, and his Zergling's going to head back home for now as well. So altogether here, Snute does defend, but again, I mean, that little bit of an eco lead Cham has, it makes up for maybe a good portion of this kind of eco that Snute had ahead. So still feel it's like, you know, slightly Snute favored, but not bad for Cham. Not the end of the world. Could be worse. I mean, he could have got there and there was already kind of 5 queens or something. Well, obviously that can't happen, but you know, that's the sort of you know, that's one of the you know, it could be worse. I think you know, Snute could have defended it just with lings and queens or something. Doesn't pull the drones at all, and then all of a sudden you don't even lose any mining time, and then you're in a great position against what Cham has been doing. So a couple of lings here from Snute will get caught as Cham maintains position on the center of the map. Going to drop down a Roach Roaring now, despite not having any gas. Well, he's just taking gas on the natural expansion, taking double gas in fact. Already dropping down the Roach Roaring, setting up into that. So we're just going to be seeing the Evo Chamber from Snute. Coming in at the front, his own Roach Roaring as well. Neither player with ling speed here because of the way this is opened, and both of them will bypass that going into the next stage of the game as well. Snute's already been having, by the way, a pretty good run through this upper bracket so far. His matches up until now have been really, really sick. He's been having the... he took down Gumiho yesterday 2-1 after the first game was 40 minutes long. It was pretty insane. And then he took down Alive as well, 2-0. Had some pretty sick games against Alive there as well. So it was a pretty sick play from Snute so far. He's taken down 2 of the Koreans in this winner's bracket. And we're actually running out of Koreans in the winner bracket. Scarlet has gotten rid of Solar. She might get rid of True as well. I mean, we're literally getting to the point where Ryung's been knocked out as well by Pig. So I think there's only really Bjorn, and I can't even think of anyone else in this upper bracket. Bjorn and True, I think, is the only players in this upper bracket right now, which is pretty insane. In fact, that's almost unbelievable. If you really think about it, like, for all the Koreans that started up in here, already so many of them have fallen. Yeah, it's literally only going to be True and Bjorn left in this winner bracket. Crazy stuff. Of course, the lower bracket is stacked with players such as Stats, We got a whole bunch of different players down there who could be kind of scary. Anyways, we see this Roach coming into effect from Cham. A lot of roaches coming across here. It's a very aggressive attack from Blue Zerg, who moves on in. A few Lings going down very early though, and that might cost him a little bit here, just kind of getting a little bit too aggressive with those Lings a bit early on. Pushing forwards, he'll get rid of the Queen, so there's no transfuses available. Now the Spinecrawl will have to be targeted as well. But all of this is buying Snute time to get out a few more units, and for his roaches to deal damage as well. And you can see that Cham just probably doesn't quite have enough in this position right now. And there's the Lings and roaches going to be setting up. There's the GG being called, and Snute will take game number 2. Down again to the top right-hand side, representing OSC Root, is going to be the Blue Zerg player. It is Cham. His team, Mexico, made it out of the Nation Wars group stages yesterday as well in first place over Poland. I actually didn't get a chance to see the Nation Wars brackets for tomorrow. I'm going to just cheekily have a bit of a look at those. That's the bottom left-hand side from Team Liquid. The Red Zerg player is Snute. Let me just quickly check. Oh my god. Poor Norway. Poland, South Korea. Mexico play Germany. Whoa, the bottom side of the bracket is stacked. Then again, Netherlands against Poland and Canada, USA. It's actually a pretty interesting bracket. Oh, that's actually crazy. Nation Wars tomorrow going to be intense. That does start up, I think, about 5 PM CET, guys. Make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun from Nation Wars tomorrow. And it should take you up until just about when we go live with the OSC Championship bracket once again. That'll be coming in your way at midnight CT. We start at the exact same time tomorrow as we started today. Should be a lot of fun. Gonna be a late one for us tomorrow. I mean, it's already late for me every single day this week, but gonna be super late for us tomorrow night. So, looking forward to all of that. Let's see what will happen. Hatch gas pool from both players so far. Cham just setting one up here. Snute with a again hatch gas pool setting up early too. And just looking to see how things will go over the next few minutes. How's everyone doing in the chat, by the way? I haven't really talked to you guys much today. We've been pretty busy. I guess we've talked to you a little bit, but we've been fairly busy kind of here and there, just with little different bits and pieces of kind of games going on. A few different things I had to sort out and fix quite early as well, so it's been one of those days where we've been around, but maybe not as much as we would have liked to be. But, yeah, let me know what's up. Let me know who you're cheering on throughout the bracket as well. Would love to hear who you guys are supporting here today and throughout the rest of the tournament as well. I'm just going to be seeing this Overlord moving down to the south side of the map. So Overlord moving down to the south side. I'm just going to be seeing those few Zerglings from Cham. Kind of moving up through the top side as well. Snute getting ready to drop down a third hatchery. And we're going to be seeing Cham with a Bane and Nest on the way. So we sort of discussed this in the Nurture Solo series on this exact same map. So Cham doing what Nurture did, which was to go for the Bane and Nest and then into the third hatchery. Whereas Snute will opt for the third hatchery early and then the Bane and Nest a little bit later on. So Ling Bane from both is what we can definitely take away from this. And we'll see where else this goes. So these few Lings from Snute going to go over towards go through the top side of the map. And a couple more Banes just going to be morphing in here from Cham as well. I'm just going to be seeing those that Ling speed is on the way up. So Ling speed going to be finishing as these Lings moving forward from Snute. And we've seen the Queen join the fight, and a couple defensive Banes will keep Cham very safe for now. Interestingly enough, from kind of seeing a massive amount of Zerglings from Snurchio and Bly and Solo earlier in the earlier ZvZs, both players here in this scenario only going to make kind of the first few Lings and then not too many after, already going into quite a lot more drones than what we saw from our previous Zerg players. So a little bit of a different play style, different ways to play, just different tendencies from these Zergs. As you see, Cham still just chasing Snute over to the left-hand side of the map. So as this game takes a few minutes to kind of warm on up, and Rotron has come down from Cham here for the follow-up. I would like to mention, of course, you can support the OSC Championship through Matcherino. Big Bane connection there from Snute as well, by the way. Really nice stuff there. If you head on over to the chat and type in !Matcherino, then you can get into a position where you can click on the link. It'll take you to the page. You can use the coupon code OSC. We have 600 coupon codes to use. So go use a lot of those coupons, please. Let's get them used up tonight and show Maturino we appreciate the free money. So use up those coupon codes. If you want to add some money to the prize pool on your own pocket, well, you're free to do so as well. And all of it does go towards the players you're going to be seeing here today. So again, that's exclamation mark Maturino in the chat if you want to check that out. Lings and Banes collecting just in front of the Rotoran Evo chamber here. Some Zerg some Snute having a little bit of move around as well, see what else is happening, and just going to be seeing the +1 missiles from Cham on the way up as well. So +1 missiles starting on up here. We're going to see a lot more drones from Snute on the way. A lot more drones from Snute continue to come on in right now. It's kind of crazy. He's going up to like 68 workers of basically no units. He's a little bit late on the +1 missile attack. That's the one thing he's missing out on right now that Cham has that he doesn't. Apart from the fact he's also 16 workers, like that's absolutely insane. He's going to drop down a Spire as well, so Snute really just looking to utilize his eco. I mean, Snute's always been this player who, if he gets the opportunity to, will make a lot of workers, will play the late game. We actually saw in the last tournament of the year in the OSC system, the OSC Masters Cup, we actually saw Snute versus Nurture on this map. It was like a 45-minute epic. If you guys saw that game, it was really crazy, a really fun match to watch. And if you didn't see it, it's probably on the Twitch VODs. You can probably watch it on YouTube soon as well. It'll be going up shortly. But it was really crazy. And it's again, just when Snute gets the chance to play late game, he jumps on the chance to play late game. You know, he really, really does. You're going to be seeing these Lings running in. Surrounds. And those Zerglings of Cham going to get taken down pretty swiftly. We've seen his Roaches of Cham just sent up to defend. I mean, Snute actually has quite a lot of Zerglings over here. He doesn't really want to make many Roaches, of course, because if he's going into meters, the more gas he has to spend on those meters, the better it will be for him. Cham, his scouting, has actually already revealed the Spire, though, so he has a pretty good idea about that. Looks as though Snute not going to be deterred, though. Still wants to go in towards the Mutalisk playstyle, because he has a lot of gas banked up, and there's 11 Mutalisks starting to build. Now, the response from Cham is going to be the Infestation Pit. It's already about halfway done here. So with the Infestation Pit already halfway done, he's got that possibility to go into his later game, which for him will probably include a few Infestors with Pathogen Glands and able to fungal growth the mutas. Probably a Hydra Den at some point too. And he can also go into the Hive if he wants to try and get a couple of Vipers up to also help out against the Mutalisk count up in the skies. These Lings still just moving around then, looking to see what else they might be able to do here in the next few moments. Going to be seeing, again, a lot of those mutas running on over to the right-hand side, starting to move towards those few Roaches on the ground. Starting to move over there towards those, and well, there's a few Queens up already. They'll find themselves a Queen actually out of position on the third base, though, and he's actually going to come in. He's going to keep fighting these Queens. Another one goes down, and suddenly there's no transfuses left over. There's the final one being dropped. I mean, that maybe one more there was, but he didn't drop it on anything before the Queen went down. But if he did, it didn't really do a lot. And Snute is doing so much over here, although now he leaves his mutas AFK over a Spore and the Queen, and he kills the Queen, but so much damage taken from the Spore. Has to be careful of that, as he will come in here, will start to fight this. He does have +1. It's just the number of Roaches he has, which might be the problem, but it looks as though he has enough right now. Baneling gets taken down, the Spine will help out, and now the mutas fly in too, and so these Roaches will fall, as actually we see Ling's counterattack, and so Snute all over the place, and Cham really in a lot of trouble right now, as you see these Queens being surrounded. They are going to be falling. Another Queen on the low ground will get taken down as well, and this is going to be GG. Snute with a very quick 2-0 lead. As we have to the bottom right side of the map, the player who is on the verge of moving on through to the next round of the competition, where he would play against Pilly Pilly, is in the red from Team Liquid, none other than Snute, who's going to be opening with a post-Overlord gas pool. So gas pool hatch from him, but not of the aggressive variety, not early gas pool to try and win the game on one base, but a gas pool which will allow him to have a bit of a faster speed, a little bit more room to kind of work and defend, and to look to see where he can go from there. Top left-hand side from OSC Root. Can he take a map in this best of 5? Well, he's going to have to strike out now if he wants to. It is Cham to the top left-hand side. Again, what's up everyone in the chat? What's up Dark Ones? How you doing? What's up Papa Mitch? What's up Corvus as well? How you all doing today? You should all be doing brilliantly. 7th of January is the best day of the year, outside a couple of other days. So hopefully you're all doing well. I hope you are I guess although it's not actually the 7th of January for a lot of people yet, especially Americans who are very likely to be watching this event right now because it's in a pretty American-friendly time zone, I guess. I mean, it's what, like 8 p.m. Eastern? It's actually a really American-friendly time zone. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. East. It's a pretty sick time zone for America right now. What's up, American fam? People I don't usually get to cast to. Unless you wake up stupidly early or can watch me while you're at work or school. Then you can watch me and I can cast to you, but normal NA evening crew, what's up? Because I don't usually get to cast to you guys often at all, so nice to be here. There's a couple of Lings gonna run over. Drone's gonna be backing away. And the Lings just having a little bit of a think as to what they might want to do here. Snute continuing over to the left-hand side. And we see the opening is starting to develop. Snute is actually going to make a lot of Zerglings and try and utilize the fact he has got a bit of an earlier speed. So he will get aggressive with what was a bit more of an aggressive opening. Put out of gas for the most part, so he will be able to put down a Bane Nest, but he'll have a lot less Banes to work with than his opponent who's already got a Bane Nest and 30 more gas, 30 more gas than Snute. So Cham with more potential here in the future for Banes, but initially might just be caught off guard by the number of Zerglings, which now he spots with his Overlord. That early Zergling speed from Snute starting to come into play, so here we go. Aggression will begin. And actually a Roach Roar starts from Cham. I'm not sure that's what he wants. I mean, I guess he's going to try and wall here. But I mean, he's actually going to have so little health on so many of these structures. Snute can start to work his way through it. He's actually going to start working his way through the Evo Chamber on the left because it has more surface area. Now we're going to be seeing this Evo Chamber will die. The next Evo Chamber will be placed, but it's actually going to have more Evo surface area as well. And it's fairly low health already. Roach Roar to the right-hand side is also starting to go down. So this wall is beginning to be broken. As we're going to be seeing Snute will, well, break through once again. Another Spine comes up, but now the Spines to the left will go down anyways. They have to cancel, and Snute is into the natural expansion. GG is called. Snute cleans on up with a swift 3-0.